Assalamu alaikum. This is Chaudhry Sama. Welcome you all to Evening News. You have just heard the Quran 7 headlines. Now let's move on to the details. At least 18 deaths have been reported across the country as several districts have been flooded in the past 3 days. Among the deceased, 4 died in Kumilla, 1 in Feni, 5 in Chattogram, 3 in Noakhali, 1 in Brahmanbaria, 1 in Lokhipur and 3 in Cox's Bazar. Nearly 1 million families in 11 districts have become waterlogged. Nearly 5 million people have been affected in the flood in these districts. A total of 3,527 shelters have been opened to provide refuge for the waterlogged or affected people. There are 770 medical teams operational to provide healthcare services to the affected in these 11 districts. The flood waters are receding in some areas due to the cessation of rain. However, the water level of 7 rivers is still above the danger mark. The flood situation in Kumilla district deteriorated further with the flooding of fresh areas in the past 24 hours till Saturday, leaving 700,000 people stranded. The volunteers were seen struggling to distribute relief materials in the flood-hit areas due to a lack of boats as roads remained submerged. As the nation grapples with a devastating flood that has affected millions of lives across 11 districts, a unified effort has emerged with the government, public and private organizations, the army, political parties and the general public coming together to provide essential relief and support to those in need. The interim government, led by Dr. Mohammad Yunus, has expressed its appreciation for the willingness of people to provide help and support to flood victims. The advisor to the Ministry of Posts, Telecommunications and Information Technology, Nahid Islam, has directed to provide free diesel for the generators deployed by mobile operators in Feni district to keep the mobile network towers operational. Due to the rising water levels in Kaptai Lake, 16 spillway gates at the Kornofuli hydroelectric plant will be opened 6 inches each at 10 p.m. tonight. A warning has been issued to the downstream areas to take necessary precautions. The PDB say the water level in Kaptai Lake has reached 107.63 feet mean sea level. If it approaches or exceeds 108 feet MSL by evening, they will open 16 gates of the Kaptai spillway by 6 inches each at 10 p.m. BNP Secretary General Mirza Fakhrul Islam Alamgir has called upon the interim government to present a clear roadmap for conducting national elections as soon as possible after necessary reforms through consultations with political parties. Speaking at a discussion, he expressed dissatisfaction that the interim government has not yet engaged in substantive dialogue with political parties or implemented noticeable changes in key areas, including the bureaucracy. He said they have high expectations from the interim government. They believe Dr. Yunus-led government will hold the election within a reasonable time frame. Bhashani followers arranged the discussion at National Press Club, marking the 9th death anniversary of former Prime Minister Qazi Zafar Ahmed, who died in 2015.
আমরা দেখতে চাই যে প্রধান উপদেষ্টা তিনি অতি দ্রুত জনগণের সামনে তিনি কি করতে চান তা উপস্থাপন করবেন, একটা রোড ম্যাপ দিবেন যে কিভাবে তিনি অতি দ্রুত একটা নির্বাচনের ব্যবস্থা করবেন, কিভাবে তিনি প্রয়োজনীয় সংস্কারগুলো ঘটিয়ে এবং নির্বাচনের ব্যবস্থা করবেন। তা না হলে এই উদ্দেশ্য সেই উদ্দেশ্য সম্পূর্ণ ব্যাহত হবে। সেটা কিভাবে আসবে, সেটা অবশ্যই একটা নির্বাচিত পার্লামেন্টের মধ্য দিয়ে তাদের মাধ্যমে সেটাকে আসতে হবে, এর কোনো বিকল্প নেই। সুতরাং কয়েকজন ব্যক্তি একটা সংস্কার করে দেবেন এটা আমি বিশ্বাস করি না।
Citizens for Good Governance, Shujan has said a scope has opened to create a Bangladesh based on justice and humanity. Speakers made the remarks at a human chain organized by Shujan in front of National Parliament today. They urged all to remain alert so that the great scope to rebuild Bangladesh cannot be snatched away by anyone. They urged the interim government to take stern action against corruption.
এই ছাত্র তরুণদের নেতৃত্বে আপামর জনসাধারণের সম্পৃক্ততায় যে আন্দোলন হয়েছে তার ফলশ্রুতিতে যে স্বৈরাচারী সরকারের পতন ঘটেছে, যে নূতন সম্ভাবনার দ্বার ঘটেছে, সেটা যেন আবার চিন্তায় না হয়ে যায়।
ভারতীয় মিডিয়ার একটা অংশ অত্যন্ত সুপরিকল্পিতভাবে এই সরকারকে, বাংলাদেশের মানুষকে মেলাইন করছে। এটা আমাদেরকে প্রতিরোধ করতে হবে।
আমরা এই সুযোগটিকে কোনোভাবেই অবহেলা করতে পারি না এবং সেখানে আমাদের দৃঢ় ঐক্যবদ্ধতা প্রয়োজন।
Police interrogated the arrested VIPs to know about those who provided money, advice and statements against the students' movement, DMP Commissioner Mainul Hassan said today. He came up with the remark in reply to a reporter's query at the Commissioner's Meet the Press at the Media Centre in the capital's Minto Road. This was his first briefing since taking the office on 7th August. Mainul provided updates on the investigation against several high-profile arrestees, including former ministers, a state minister and an advisor from the previous government. These individuals are being interrogated to determine if they provided financial support, advice or made statements against the students' movement, he said. Mainul emphasized that the police are focused on uncovering any involvement in undermining the protests.
বিগত সময়ের উচ্চাভিলাষী ও অপেশাদার কিছু পুলিশ কর্মকর্তা সমগ্র পুলিশ বাহিনীকে জনগণের মুখোমুখি দাঁড় করিয়ে দেয়। এর ফলে ছাত্র জনতার আন্দোলন, গণ অভ্যুত্থান এবং বিগত সরকারের পতনকে ঘিরে সংঘর্ষ ও সহিংসতায় পুলিশের মনোবল ভেঙে গিয়েছিল। ডিএমপি সহ সারা দেশে অনেক পুলিশ সদস্য আহত এবং নিহত হয়েছেন। অনেক স্থানে আমাদের অবকাঠামো ধ্বংস হয়েছে। ট্রাফিকের প্রায় সকল অফিস ও বক্স ভাঙচুর হয়েছে। ঢাকা মেট্রোপলিটন পুলিশের 50টি থানার মধ্যে 22টি থানা সম্পূর্ণভাবে ক্ষতিগ্রস্ত হয়েছে। বিপুল সংখ্যক যানবাহন অগ্নিদগ্ধ হয়েছে। প্রচুর অস্ত্র ও গোলাবারুদ লুণ্ঠিত হয়েছে।
Former Appellate Division Justice A.H.M. Shamsuddin Chaudhary Manik, who was detained while attempting to flee to India, was brought to court. A court in Sylhet has sent the retired justice to prison. Earlier, he was taken to the court of Sylhet Judicial Magistrate 1, Alamgir Hussain, in the afternoon. Many people hurled eggs and shoes at Manik when he was being produced before the court. Even several people tried to attack him. Then he was taken to the court amid tight security. On Friday night, BJP personnel detained Manik when he was trying to flee to India through Dona border in Kanekar. Metro rail service will resume tomorrow as the agitating employees of Dhaka Mass Transit Company returned to work last Tuesday. However, the Metro rail will not stop at Mirpur 10 and Kajipara stations. Test runs of the Metro rail continued since Tuesday to determine if there were any issues. After its resumption, the headway for the Metro rail will be 8 minutes during peak hours, 10 minutes during special off-peak hours and 12 minutes during off-peak hours. Metro rail services will remain off on Fridays like before. A legal notice has been issued to the Bangladesh Cricket Board by a lawyer demanding the removal of Shakib al-Hasan from the national team in connection with a murder investigation. Shakib, a former member of parliament under Bangladesh's ousted Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina, is being asked to return home for legal proceedings. Barrister Shajib Mahmood Alam, a lawyer at the Supreme Court, issued the notice on behalf of his client. He argued that since a murder case has been filed against Shakib, an investigation is now necessary and BCV should facilitate Shakib's return to Bangladesh to assist with the legal process. And that's all from the newsroom for now. To know updates videos of this bulletin, visit our website www.ntvbd.com. Besides, visit our YouTube and verified Facebook page for updates of NTV's all popular programs and bulletins. Our next bulletin, Shondha Khabor, will be aired in Bangla at 7:30 p.m. Thank you for being with us. Have a good day.